In this video, we are going to go through some more problems regarding the mathematical concept of fractions. So let's jump straight in with the calculator intro. So if I look at the problems from the problems 4 to 10 of the medium category of the topic fractions, if I look at 4, it has a division in the equation of fractions. In problem 5, there is multiplication included. In problem 6, there is division again included. In problem 7, there is addition included. So up till 10, we will always have addition, multiplication, subtraction or division included fractional equations involving fractions. So we will focus on problem number 11, which is slightly different. So it says the circle the number between these two numbers 7 by 12 and 3 by 4. So you have to find the midpoint of the number or the mid number of the numbers 7 by 12 and 3 by 4. There are 4 options given: 7 by 32, 5 by 8, 2 by 3 and half, but we will not focus on the options. We will just find the midway. So if I open my OneNote and use my pen tool, so what are the two numbers given? 7 by 12 and 3 by 4. So 7 by 12 and 3 by 4, right? So if we have to find the midway. So if I want to find the midway, we have to first add it and then divide by 2, right? So what is the result? So if I look at the numerator, this part, if I simplify the numerator, 12 and 4 has a common of 12. 12 can be divided by 4. So if I simplify, we'll have what? 7 plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So you get 9. And the denominator is 2. So this is what? This is, the denominator is 2. And the numerator is what? 9 plus 7, 16 by 12. So 16 by 12. So this can also be represented as 16 by 2 multiplied by 12. So 4 3s are 12 and 4 4s are 16 and 2 2s are 4. So we get what? After the simplification, we get 2 by 3 as the midpoint. So what is the option here? We have one option which is 2 by 3. So this is the answer. So you have to you don't have to look for or test each options out. You can just directly get the answer and match it with the options. So problem number 12 is slightly different, which has a description, and you have to find the mathematical terms from the description. So let's read the description and the problem. So in a school, it says in a school, 2/3 of the students study a language. Of those students who study a language, 2/5 study Spanish. So you have to find the ratio of the students who study Spanish to students who do not study Spanish. So if I open my notepad, let's say the total number of students is X. This is the total number of students in the school. So what are the students who study any specific language, any language? Students who study any language, let's say SL. This is what? This is 2/3 of the total number of students. So 2/3 of the students study any language. Study a language. 2/3 of the students study any specific language. And of those students who study a language, so these are the students who study a language. So of those, 2/5 study Spanish, right? So if the students who study Spanish, let's say students of SP, okay, so students of SP, let's label it this way. So what are the students who study Spanish? They are 2/5 of the students who study language. So the students who study language are what? This 2/3 of X, right? So what is this? Can be represented as 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 and 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. So 4/15 of X. This is the students. These are the students who study only a specific language, which is Spanish. So you have to find the ratio of students who study Spanish to those students who do not study Spanish. So that ratio, if that ratio is denoted as R, it should be what? The students who study Spanish. By those who do not study Spanish. So what are the students who study Spanish, which is this. This is what? 4/15 of x. So students who study Spanish can be denoted as 4/15 of x, and the students who do not study Spanish are what? The students who study any language minus the students who study Spanish. So it should be what? SL minus SP. Students can be represented as what? The denominator or the numerator is same, which is the students who study Spanish. Okay, and the denominator is students who study language, which is 2/3 of x. 2/3 of x. 2/3 of x minus, so the students who study any specific language minus the students who study Spanish, which is 4/15 of x. 4/15 of x. Now this can be represented as what? So if I first do the or simplify the denominator, we get what? 3 and 15. So 15, we can take 15 because 15 can be divided by 3. So 3 5s are 15. So 5 2s are 10. 10x, 10 and x is there, 10x minus 15 divided by 15 is 1. So 1 multiplied by 4 is 4, 4x. And the numerator is 4 by 15 x. So this can also be represented as what? If I simplify the denominator even more, so we get what? 15 and 10x minus 4x is 6x. 6x by 15, and we have on the numerator 4x by 15. So both has 15 as the denominator, so we can cut the 15. So we get what? 4x by 6x. So we can cut off the x part, and 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. So we get what? 2 by 3. Now we focus on problem number 13 from the medium category of the topic fractions. So problem 13 is a bit different from the previous problems that we encountered. So let's read the problem. It says a unit fraction has a numerator equal to 1. So this numerator, these are examples. Numerator equals to 1. For example, 1 by 3, 1 by 5, or 1 by 7, 1 by 25. This is called unit fraction. The numerator is always 1. So the unit fractions can be written as sum of two different unit fractions. For example, 1 by 2, this is a unit fraction. This equals what? 1 by 3, which is one unit fraction, plus 1 by 6, which is a different unit fractions. Two different unit fractions, 1 by 3 and 1 by 6, equals half, another unit fraction. So you have to write each of the following unit fractions as the sum of two different unit fractions. So 1 by 4 should be expressed as 1 by something plus 1 by something. 1 by 5 should be expressed as 1 by something plus 1 by something. Similarly, 1 by 6 should be expressed as 1 by something plus 1 by something. So let's use my notepad and use my pen tool. So let's start with 1 by 4. So all three problems are the same, so I'll just focus on one problem and the rest is the same process. So 1 by 4 should be expressed as what? 1 by something. So let's say it's a variable a plus 1 by another number, which is, let's say, b. Here a, b, these two are numbers that are greater than 1, because you have to express as 1 by something greater than 1 as a unit fraction. So a, b are greater than 1. So this is 1 by a plus 1 by b. So let's simplify this. Let's say this is what? AB. If you take common AB, and it's b plus a. So AB divided by a is only b, so b into 1 b, plus AB divided by b is a into 1 a. So this is 1 by 4, right? So if I do a cross multiplication, then we get what?
is what? B is 4a by a minus 4. So this is the equation with a and b. So now let's
use some numbers. Because AB is greater than 1, let's say A is something like 3. So if A is 3, what is B? If A is 3, what is B? So if I use A here, so 4 into 3 is 12. So 12 by A is 3, so 3 minus 4 is what? 3 minus 4. So we get 3 minus 4 is minus 1, so we get minus 12. But the number is, as we can see, the denominator gets negative, so we cannot use 3. So let's say, because if I use A as 4, then it gets 4 minus 4, which means 0. So if the denominator is 0, then it gets to an infinite value. So let's assume that A is 5. So if I assume that A is 5, we get what? B is what? 4 into 5, which is 20, divided by 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4. Now we get the numerator as a positive value. So this is what? 20 by 1, which is 20. So B is, we get a positive value of B for the value of A, and both A and B are greater than 1. So this perfectly suffices the condition. So we can write 1 by 4 as what? 1 by A, which is 1 by 5, plus 1 by B, which is 1 by 20. So this is one solution that we can use. We can use even higher values of A and B, but this is one solution that suffices all the necessary conditions. So if I cross calculate, let's just test it with cross calculation. So let's check whether 1 by 5 and 1 by 20 actually results 1 by 4 or not. So if I add 1 by 5 and 1 by 20, we get what? We get 5 and 20 has common of 20. So 5 4s are 20, 4 plus 5 4s are 20, and 20 by 20 is 1. So we get 1 into 1, 1. So this is what? 5 by 20. So which can also be written as 1 by 4. So this can also be written as 1 by 4. So we can see that it indeed equals 1 by 4. So 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20 equals 1 by 4. So this is a valid solution to this problem. This 1 by 4 equals 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20. You can do the same process with 1 by 5 and 1 by 6. So I am not going to do it. You can do it on your own. Now we'll focus on problem 21. The rest of the problems from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, these are all very simple, just addition, subtraction of fractions. So you can solve those pretty easily. So I'll focus on problem number 21. It says, let's read the question. It says, Colette has $136 and spends half of her money on clothes and 1/5 of her money on books. So calculate the amount she has left. So let's say the total amount is what? That Colette has is 136, right? $136. So she spends half of her money on clothes. So half of 136 on clothes. Okay, so this is what? If I do half of 136, we get what? 63, I think, or maybe 2 6 are 12 and 1 6, which is 68. So she spends $68 on clothes and 1/5 of her money on books. So 1/5 of the money, which is 136, on books. So how much does she spend on books? So if I divide 136 by 5, we get what? We get something like, or maybe just keep it as 136 by 5. Okay, let's just keep it as a fraction. 136 by 5 because it's not directly divisible without remainders. So calculate the amount she has left. So what is the amount that is left? The amount that is left is what?
This is L is what? 136 minus 68 minus 136 by 5. So if I simplify this, we get what? Let's say 5. And 5 multiplied by 136 is what? Let's say calculator. Let's say 5 multiplied by 136 is what? 680. So 680 minus 5 multiplied by 68. Let's say 5 multiplied by 68 is what? 340. So 340 minus 136. So what do we get? So if I do, let's say, 680 minus 340 minus 136, we get what? 204. So something like 204 by 5.
That is the amount that is slightly over 40. That is, let's say, slightly over 40. So this is the amount of money that is left according to the question. So it says it has $136 and spent half of her money on clothes and 1/5 of her money on books. So the amount that is left is just over 40, which is 204 by 5. I hope by now you have a firm grip on how you can solve problems regarding the mathematical concept of fractions. In the next video, I'll focus on some more topics regarding mathematics. So stay tuned for that and take care.